Welcome to Infinite Heart Stories, where we navigate the complex landscapes of the mind to find clarity, purpose, and lasting peace. Have you ever stared at a massive to-do list and felt completely paralyzed, unable to even start a single simple task? This feeling is not just laziness, it is a profound psychological state where the sheer volume of work freezes our brain. We call this phenomenon mountain paralysis, a state where the summit seems so distant that we dare not take the first step. When you look up at the towering peak, your mind calculates the effort required and decides it is safer to stay put. This is exactly what happens when we procrastinate. We retreat to safety because the task ahead feels too dangerous to attempt. We distract ourselves with social media and trivial things, hoping the mountain will disappear.
But it only grows larger and darker. Days turn into weeks, and the guilt of not starting weighs heavier on our shoulders than the actual work ever would. The cycle of procrastination creates a feedback loop of anxiety, making it even harder to break free and start moving forward. But what if I told you that you do not need to climb the whole mountain today? Just the first 10 meters. This is where the 10-minute rule comes into play. A simple yet powerful strategy to trick your brain into action. The rule is incredibly simple. You commit to doing a task for exactly 10 minutes, not a second more or less. You are not promising to finish the project or write the whole book. You are only promising 10 minutes of effort. This small mental shift changes everything because 10 minutes feels manageable, safe, and completely within your control right at this moment. Why does this rule work so effectively? First, it dramatically lowers the initial friction that prevents us from getting started. Your brain perceives a long commitment as a threat, but a short 10-minute burst flies under the radar of fear. Starting is always the hardest part of any endeavor, requiring the most energy to overcome the state of static inertia. Just like a rocket needs the most fuel to lift off, you need a strategy to make that liftoff effortless. Once you break that initial barrier, you enter the second phase of this magic, which we call the momentum effect. Sir Isaac Newton taught us that an object in motion tends to stay in motion, and this applies to productivity too. Studies show that 80% of people who start a task for 10 minutes will continue for 30 minutes or more. Once you are in the flow, the pain of starting vanishes, replaced by the satisfaction of doing the work itself. The brain dislikes unfinished loops, so once you open a task, your mind naturally wants to see it through to completion. This leads us to the third benefit, the progress principle, which states that small wins are crucial for long-term motivation. Even if you stop after 10 minutes, you have made progress. And that is infinitely better than remaining at 0%. Action creates dopamine, and that dopamine creates the desire for more action, creating a positive spiral of productivity and success. You prove to yourself that you are capable, chipping away at the identity of a procrastinator one small step at a time. Great walls are not built in a day, but they are built by laying one brick perfectly, again and again. Now that we understand the psychology, let us look at the practical steps to implement the 10-minute rule today. Step 1 is simple but crucial. Physically set a timer for 10 minutes on your phone or a kitchen timer. Do not just guess the time. Make it official. The act of setting the timer is a contract with yourself. Step 2. Give yourself full permission to stop when the timer rings. This removes the pressure of finishing the entire project. Knowing there is a guaranteed exit strategy makes the entry much less frightening for your brain to handle right now. Step 3. Choose a microtask. Do not try to solve the whole problem. Just organize the files or write one sentence. By shrinking the scope of your work, you make it impossible to fail, building confidence for the next 10 minutes. Step 4. Start immediately. Do not overthink. Do not prepare the environment perfectly. Just begin the imperfect action right now. Action clears the fog of doubt.
The moment you engage with the task, the anxiety begins to dissipate into thin air. When the timer goes off, you have a choice. You can stop, guilt-free, knowing you kept your promise to yourself. Or, as most people discover, you will likely choose to keep going, because the hardest part is already behind you. It is much easier to steer a moving ship than to push a stationary one out of the dry dock. Your 10 minutes are that small stream. It may seem insignificant, but it is the source of the mighty river. The mountain that looked so terrifying this morning is now just a series of small hills that you have conquered. Productivity is not about superhuman willpower. It is about managing your energy and tricking your brain into getting started. You do not need to be motivated to start. You just need to be willing to give it 10 minutes. What is that one task you have been putting off? The one that has been haunting your thoughts all week. Do not wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment does not exist. There is only now and your decision. I challenge you to try this right after this video ends. Pick one thing and set your timer for 10 minutes. Watch how that small act of courage breaks the paralysis and sets you on a path of productivity and peace. You will be surprised at how much burden is lifted from your shoulders when you simply decide to begin. Life is built in these small moments. We conquer our mountains not by leaping, but by stepping 1 foot forward. Reclaim your power over your time. Do not let fear dictate your schedule or your sense of self-worth any longer. The road ahead is open. The friction is gone. All that is left is for you to press the start button. Remember, the only bad workout is the one that didn't happen, and the only bad work session is the one never started. Your time is precious. Do not spend it worrying about work when you could be spending it finishing your work. Join the thousands who have transformed their lives with this simple rule. Be the architect of your own action today. Write it down if you must. Stick a note on your computer. Remind yourself that 10 minutes is all it takes. The universe favors those who move. When you take a step, the path appears where there was no path before. Imagine the freedom you will feel tonight, knowing you tackled the monster and won, simply by using the 10-minute rule. Let go of the heavy weight of someday and embrace the light, manageable power of right now and 10 minutes. Better to light a candle than to curse the darkness. Your 10 minutes is that candle. Light it up today. You have the tools. You have the knowledge. The only missing variable in this equation is your immediate action. Break the dam. Let your potential flow. It does not require a flood, just a small trickle to start the process. Tomorrow, you will thank yourself for the 10 minutes you invest today. It is a gift to your future self. The view from the top is spectacular, but you will never see it if you stay paralyzed at the bottom. Bring the mountain down to size, make it small, make it 10 minutes, and watch how easily you can climb. If this strategy resonates with you, consider joining our community for more insights into mastering your mind and life. We are all on this journey together, learning to navigate the complexities of being human in a distracted modern world. Procrastination is a chapter in your life, but it does not have to be the title of your whole story. Take a deep breath. Forgive yourself for the time lost. Focus entirely on the time you still have right now. Time is a resource that we cannot renew, but we can always choose how we spend the very next minute. Go set your timer. 10 minutes is all I ask. You might just find that it changes your entire day. As the ancient proverb says, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Take that step today. Thank you for spending your valuable time with us. We hope this tool serves you well in your personal battles. Remember to like and share this video if it helped you, so we can reach more people struggling with procrastination. This has been Infinite Heart Stories. Keep your heart open. keep your mind focused, and I will see you next time.